What is up, guys? Rhythm Rider here. I'm back again at the flood scene. I was here yesterday and I decided to come back and see what has changed. The water level has gone down significantly, so as you can see right here, this was all full of water yesterday when I came. The water was probably up to about this high right here where I'm standing. It's gone down quite a bit now. I'd say at least 6 feet. We're going to check out some of the damage. Look at this park bench over here. Look at the size of these icebergs. But the water was right up over here, and you can see the water line right along here. This is where the water was before, and it's gone down significantly. The water is moving very quickly now, which means I guess a lot of the blockage has been cleared out. This is very nasty, slippery muck. I'm walking in here. But like, we're gonna go over here. Oh, this is disgusting. But like, look at this. Giant piece of ice. Like, that's hundreds of pounds of ice right there. A giant log just got washed down with the stream. Everything is just devastated down here. Big chunks of ice. Oh, I gotta get rid of this mud. Like, all this was underwater yesterday. Oh, it's so sloppy. You can see, look at the muck I'm walking through. Look at this, like the water was that high. Park benches, I'm surprised that didn't get mangled from the ice. I was here earlier today and the water has gone down even more than it was this morning. This morning it was still quite relatively high, you know, when I look at the bridge there, but it wasn't, it's gone down so much. And look at all this ice. This is just jammed up in here. The police still have that bridge closed. I'm not sure why, but oh, look at this crap. Just everything washed down. It's gonna take a long time for this to clear out. Look at this friggin' giant iceberg here. It's crazy. Huge chunks of ice. Not easy to walk on this stuff. So I'm gonna go try to get some steadier ground. I don't know if I can walk on easier. So yesterday, I came across that bridge before the police stopped people, which they started doing that today. I came down here and you can see this is where the water was up to yesterday. This road, like right ahead, the water was maybe 1.5 to 2 feet, or the ice, sorry, was 1.5 to 2 feet below that bridge there. Let me see if I can get a little closer. This is the aftermath of one of the worst floods in Brantford history, at least for the last 20, 30, 40 years maybe even. From what I understand, there was flooding that was pretty bad back in the 90s, and the city didn't actually order evacuations from what I hear. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that. Holy shit. This is not the safest place to be walking. But look at like those trees over there, just devastated, all ripped over. I'm gonna try to a better way to get over that way. I'm just walking on giant blocks of ice. It's very slippery too. It doesn't help that my feet are covered in mud. I'm getting nowhere fast here. And I'm afraid if I walk through that stuff, I might fall, get myself caught in a hole or something. So I'm gonna try to go up on this embankment here. It's not easy stuff, guys. All right, this is much better. Okay, so here's a better view. The water was right up to where that the ice line is there yesterday, but you couldn't see the water because it was just covered in ice. The water was underneath it and the ice was just jammed in. When I came here yesterday, this was as far as I could get. Just gonna tie my shoe for a second. I couldn't get any further than this. Down there's still a road that goes down that way. And look at you, I don't know if you can see that far, but the trees over there, the bark has been ripped right off of them from ice chunks just battering them. So looking at that sign, it says, it's at 5 meters, it says on the bridge. The water was, like I said, the water, you know, was probably up to here yesterday in comparison to what it is today. It's dropped easily 6-7 feet, I'm thinking, over here. I'm gonna try to go over this side of the bridge. I wasn't able to get over here yesterday, so I'm curious to see what the damage is like over here today. Now, so many roads are still closed. It's caused absolute traffic chaos. What normally would take me 15 minutes to get here, it took easily 45 minutes. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, but the trees all around that are right by the water are all beat to hell. And right there, that's where a road used to go. Right along here. It's still there, I'm sure, underneath, but it's gonna take some time for that to, for the waters to go down and that road to be usable again. Because right now, there's just too much damn water. Even still down there, you can see tons and tons of water. So, pretty neat though. I mean, it's cool to see what nature can really do. And at least they were pretty prepared. It's kind of cool. Look at the ice formations there. Really neat. It's freezing cold today. Yesterday it was really warm. And the last few days before that was also quite warm, which contributed to this nonsense. But like I said, I'm glad they were prepared. Aside from one poor child that was washed away out of his mother's arms, nobody was hurt, as far as I know. And the Parks Department sign, they probably had that up, posted at the road. And then all of a sudden the water just became too much. They didn't even have time to get it out of there. My God, this is difficult to walk on. I'm not gonna go up on this road because the police are there and I don't want to get in trouble, but we're just gonna have a little peek just to show you that the road is still closed. Way down there's a police car. This is closed all the way down around the corner there. But we need to go over there. This certainly is amazing to see what 14 or so hours can do when the water has resided this much. You can still see some posts in the ice there from where the road was. still people out here checking it out just like I am. Pretty incredible spectacle. You know, the road's just completely taken over. So that basically wraps it up. Like I said, the water's gone down at least 7 feet. Things are gonna get back to normal soon. I was just talking to some people. Apparently that road's been actually flooded for quite some time. The one back there. For about 2 months now, it's been closed down. I guess this happens quite frequently, but they've had school cancellations for some schools in the area for the last couple days. Tomorrow it's also canceled. They say it's going to be raining tomorrow again and a high of 10 degrees. So that probably will have some effect on the river, but I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It's flowing pretty good. I don't think there's any major concern. Downstream is a different story, but upstream I think we're all good. I'm just going to walk along and just kind of see. Oh, this was underwater yesterday. The water was really high. Now, I did see something where there was an icebreaker that was coming up the Grand River, which is a pretty common thing. It's just the flooding this year was just something that it doesn't happen like that. Just, you know, perfect combination of bad weather and warm up and rain. But as you can see, the ice is just right there. Big logs floating down. This concrete bit here wasn't even visible yesterday, completely submerged. So it gives you an idea of how much the water has receded. Curious to see if I can get over the bridge again, or at all. They had police blocking the bridges, these metal bridges, which is understandable. I mean, it's not very safe. The water's doing that, and yesterday there was icebergs hitting the bridge. You could hear them bang, bang, the ones that could get through. This parking lot over here was flooded yesterday, and you can see here they've come along and cut this tree, which was pushed down by the water. If you look at my other video, you can see that I had to maneuver around this tree. Alright, so I'm just going to put it on pause for a minute while we go over to this bridge, see if we can get on there. At it, there's a city worker here. I don't think I'm getting over this bridge. It looks like it's still got it blocked off. Interesting times when your city's under a state of emergency. I mean, it's just weird. Pretty surreal, actually. You know, today is much better than it was yesterday, but it's still pretty crazy. I'm not going to be getting over that bridge, which, whatever, I don't really care. I can see a police officer on the other side. There's a city truck up there. Nobody's getting across that bridge. So, I mean, I've seen what the aftermath is. The water's going down, things are looking better, but there's going to be a long cleanup ahead. So, alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Peace.